What's up, Kingdom family? Welcome back to the Keys to the Kingdom, where we drop all the keys to the kingdom. Dr. G is in the building. If you are new to the royal family, come on and hit that subscribe button because we are kings and queens actively living out our purposes, full of positive vibes, changing lives, and loving on the Lord. Right? This is the place to be. You do not want to miss the messages that come through on my channel, okay? Shout out to my faithful family, always in the building, holding it down in the comments. I am blessed to share this journey with you all. And listen, baby, like, comment, and subscribe. Again, comment, let us know where you're from, okay? Especially if you're new to the royal family, so we can welcome you here, okay? Blessed to have you with us. Listen, baby, this is part two. Part two. So you're going to be a great parent, all right? Listen, baby, we were speaking about authoritarian. That was the last parenting style that we were speaking about, okay, in my first video. If you did not see part one to this, make sure you go watch part one so you can catch up to where we are. The link is in my description box below, okay? So stop right here, go watch part one, come back, all right, with your book and with your pen. Be ready to go, ready to write, take some notes, all right, my love? So listen, baby, we have learned that there are 4 different parenting styles, okay? Permissive, neglectful, which is uninvolved, and authoritative, and as well as authoritarian. We were ending off with authoritarian in the last video, and so we were saying that this parent is very, okay, to the point, okay? And they have if you could think of a statement, it's like, because I said so, right? Like, this, you have to do this because I said so. It's my way or no way. Remember that? All right, my loves. Whew. Because of these parenting styles, okay, because of our upbringing, all right, there's something called dysfunctional family roles. And so not all the time do parents know how they're influencing or impacting rather their child, right? Their child's character. Your personality is developed by the age of 5, if you don't know. Okay, this is why the first 5 years of you parenting and of your child's life is so crucial, even of our own lives. It's so crucial, those first 5 years. What happened in those first 5 years will dictate how you show up in life, how you attach to people, and it's all, gratefully learned behavior so that we can unlearn it and we can develop some different habits and healthier strategies, okay, once the Lord come in and heal us. So listen, baby, some dysfunctional family roles that we might fall into, some categories we might fall into due to our parents parenting us, okay? We have one, the hero. The hero, what we see on the outside with the hero, my loves, is that this person never wants to get anything wrong, okay? They love and receive positive attention from maybe like awards, or if they play some sports, they might have a ton of degrees. These people, they have to be perfect. They do not like to get anything wrong. What we don't see on the inside is that they have a fear of failing and being over controlled, okay? So the hero is usually the one in the family who makes sure that every other person is good in the family. Although they naturally fall into that role, it doesn't mean that they always like it, right? Because this person tends to be reliable and dependable, it's like, oh, let's call on this person, let's ask this person, let's, depend on this person. And sometimes, of course, this person steps into that heroic role, like, let's save the family. But at the same time, if people don't understand this person's needs, it can be very neglectful of their own mental and emotional emotion, like just endurance, okay? And it could make them become workaholics, have a physical or mental illness. They can be very controlling because they're used to having to put everything in order for everybody else's life. They like, well, let me just control this. Let me control you. Let me, I know what's best for you, right? Like, this is what the hero falls into. They might also have pride or shame issues. With help, these people can learn to not be so perfect. They can learn to set healthy boundaries, communicate assertively their needs as well, so that everybody's needs get met, not just the people who need them, okay? But they can also learn how to receive help from other people. Don't you notice that if you meet a person who's typically like super independent or a leader, they don't really know how to receive help or assistance from other people, right? It's like, for one, you can't tell me nothing, right? And then two, it's like, what but we could flip that, okay? So yes, that's the hero. The second dysfunctional family role we have is called a scapegoat, okay? So the scapegoat can be seen as angry, impulsive, the bad, when it says like the black sheep, excuse me, of the family, that's pretty much what the scapegoat is. Like you're the black sheep of the sheep of the family. You just simply don't fit in, or you don't feel like you fit in. Maybe when you try to fit in, you just feel like, okay, I don't talk like these people. I don't think like these people. I don't want to move like these people. You know, why am I here? Okay, that's what's happening on the outside. What we don't see on the inside is that this person experiences hurt, rejection. They might also be full of shame, and they can feel like a loser. Okay, if you are struggling from scapegoat syndrome. What they do for their family is usually because they don't feel like they're needed, they kind of just don't blend in. They avoid, like their family typically just avoids them or don't really notice them. They don't notice that they're there. And everybody downloads stuff into this scapegoat, because it's like your secret is safe here with me, but it could be very toxic and negative, okay? And so poor scapegoat is overwhelmed usually, okay? This person, because of these habits, they can have addictive personality disorder. So like they're overworking out, they're addicted to alcohol and drugs, right? They might be promiscuous or get in trouble with the law. They might walk around with a chip on their shoulder, okay? They typically have trouble sustaining in jobs and relationships, all right? And with help, what's possible is that these people can actually learn to be well-rounded people, right? They can learn to take more risk, of course, appropriately for their situation, and they could turn out to be business owners or missionaries. The next dysfunctional family role is called a lost child. A lost child, okay? So this lost child tends to be quiet. They tend to feel ignored by their family members. They feel invisible, like nobody loves me. They tend to get attached to their possessions, okay? So material things. Sometimes they may have a learning disability, and they may also love animals. I know that that sounds that might sound a little strange, but like I don't get along with people, but I get along with my animals. It's like that, right? Okay, the lost child, what we don't see is that they have numbness. Like it's a numb feeling that they experience. They can't really express their feelings. They struggle to express their feelings. They might also feel lonely, okay? Like, hey, I'm just out here in the world. You've neglected me. I don't feel like I belong any place, right? They had to learn how to fend for themselves, okay? And so this family member, they feel like the rest of the family, excuse me, feels like we don't have to worry about this child because they just do their own thing. Like you see them over there in the corner looking on they tablet, or they over there in the corner reading a book, or they over there outside doing whatever they want to do, right? And so the parent doesn't pick up like, hey, this child actually needs some attention. This child actually needs some engagement from me. This child actually needs some nurturing, right? Like, let's have a conversation with this child, okay? Because they don't get the attention that they need, because they feel like a lost child, they grow up and they struggle in relationships because they don't know how to express their emotions, right? They keep their emotions to themselves because maybe they tried to speak up at one point and then they was like shunned for how they felt or criticized for how they felt and just like put away, like you don't know what you're talking about, or that's not what it is, right? So again, invalidating their emotions, okay? They typically don't feel needed. And when they don't feel needed, this can result in an early death, premature death, because they just feel like probably like having a suicidal attempt, right? Or ideation, okay? So again, that's why we don't put our value in people and how people treat us. We put our value in what the Lord say and who the Lord say we are. And we get our self-love from him, our self-worth from him. That's why it's so important for us to know Jesus, okay? Whew, I know it's hard when we living out here in the world, baby, but when you finally answer to the Lord and you say yes to him, he's going to show you who you are, and you're going to feel so loved, so empowered, so seen, so heard, so valued, right? And he's, listen, baby, he's going to put you on sitting on top of the world, top of the world, top of the world. Come on, Brandy, don't get me started, okay? Listen, baby, what is possible with help for the lost child, okay? They can be very talented and creative, and they can learn to participate and share their creativity and wisdom with the rest of the world for what they've been through, right? What they've experienced in life. Because these people are typically on the quieter side because their voice was never heard, right? They shut down, okay? The opposite of that, they will now be great listeners, and they will feel connected with people over time. It might take them a little bit longer to engage with people, but when they finally do, it'll be a deep connection because they really took the time to observe and get to know these people. And then the conversation will be good. Okay. Last person, clown. Last dysfunctional family role is a clown. So this person is the funny one in the family. They typically look cute. I know y'all can't guess which one I was, right? But anyway, listen, they typically are like hysterical. They funny. They do anything to help people laugh, right? To lighten the family's chaos and dysfunction. Okay. And so what we don't see on the inside is that this person is really hiding their pain with humor. This person is really scared, or this person may really feel inadequate in some instances. Okay. And so what do they do for their family? They bring their family comic relief. Again, they help the family avoid their issues or lighten the load. Like, say if it's a heavy, intense or debate or conversation or disagreement or argument, right? I call it disagreements because words are very important to me, but usually it's arguments, right? And so you want to lighten that up. So you just like will say something funny, or you'll try to put a smile on somebody's face the best way you can in that moment, so that the attention could get off of what is toxic and heavy and intense right now in that moment to something lighter. Without help, this person builds up pain. It just keeps building up inside of them, right? Until that one day something happened and they want to explode, right? Or they don't even notice how angry they are on the inside, okay? And so they might let people tell them what to do too much. They can become pushovers, meaning they get taken advantage of. They might be a follower instead of a leader, and this person might just really be immature. They learn to never grow up because they always are playing around, okay? And two, it's called it's like a deflection syndrome too. Like, I want to deflect the attention. So these people can also not be accountable for themselves, or don't want to be held accountable, or don't want to be seen really. And so to not be seen, or to avoid what I just did, or what's happening, I'm going to tell a joke to shift the attention. Okay, are you following me? I need y'all to follow. All right, make sure you're following the queen. Okay, but listen, baby, with help, this clown, okay, can feel a healthy range of emotions, right? And they can use laughter in good ways and productive ways. They can learn to be leaders and take leadership roles, right? And they grow up to be very responsible, okay? And so now, those are the 4 dysfunctional family roles that you may fall into, okay, due to the 4 parenting styles, right? Depending on how you were parented as a child, okay? Your personality is formed by the age of 5. So if you was a clown or a lost child or a scapegoat or a hero, you probably was demonstrating those qualities at the age of 5. I know it's shocking, right? Ask your parents if they're still with us, okay? How you were acting. But listen, even in these different categories, you may notice that you have a little bit in all of them, right? But there should be one dominant one. If you fall into any of these categories, there should be a dominant one that you're just like, oh yeah, that was me all the way, right? Like for me, clown, that's me all the way, because I'm still like real jokey. But I feel like I get that from, again, just being the youngest of the family, seeing a lot of the craziness going on, and having to keep people in order, having to keep people in line, okay? And then the smile, and people always tell me like, you're so cute, and I really despise the word cute, because cute makes me, I already feel like I have a baby face, and I know it's not about me right now, but just bear with me. I already feel like I have a baby face, and when people call me cute, it just makes me feel like, why are you calling me cute? Like, it makes me feel like I'm young, and it's like, don't call me cute. Like, can I be gorgeous? Can I be sexy? Okay, I know the Lord probably don't want us to be sexy, but you know what I'm saying? Like, don't call me cute, okay? But listen, baby, clown, it falls into this category of clown, okay? And then also hero. I was too, because I was always responsible and a leader. I was never really a follower at all. So I'm hero and I'm a clown. The rest, the scapegoat and the lost child, just a little bit of in those, okay? So do some self-reflection, see which one you think you fall under, and test your family out. You don't have to tell them that you're doing this, but like literally observe or think back to your upbringing and your siblings, maybe if you have siblings, and just say like, hey, what is my sister, what is my brother, who is my mom, who is my dad, right? Like, what category do they fall under? And then this will help you relate to people better. Okay, last thing we want to go over is attachment styles. Okay, and so there are four, is it four? Yes, four different attachment styles that I'm going to cover with you. And so we have preoccupied anxious. Okay, I'm gonna just say the four and then I'll give you some description. We have fearful avoidant. We have dismissive. Hold on, let me make sure I'm saying these correctly. Baby. Fearful avoidant. Okay, yes, fearful avoidant, preoccupied anxious, dismissive avoidant, and secure. Okay. So let's go through these. Which one do you want me to go through first? Let's do preoccupied. Okay, so the person who is preoccupied, anxious, it says it right in the title, right? And we know we shouldn't be anxious for nothing. We shouldn't be worried about nothing. But this is just, again, okay, the counselor hat of Dr. G is on right now. So this person typically has low self-esteem. They struggle to socialize and connect in relationships, and they will be preoccupied with relationships. So this is the person who can't really be alone. They don't know how to be by themselves, or they don't notice their own value and self-worth. Okay, and so they're always thinking like, hey, my partner is going to leave me. They might be overly invested in their relationships. In their close relationships, they struggle to let go of relationships. So like, this person might be in a relationship with somebody for 10, 12 years, like friendship or intimate relationship, right? But it's just because they don't think that there's anything better for them. They don't think that there's anything beyond this for them. Okay, and so they can be very dependent on others to supply their self-worth. Okay, does supply ring a bell to anybody? So catch that. Okay, I need you to catch it. Supply. They look for outside things, external things, to validate their own self-esteem, their own self-worth. All right, and so they can be demanding in order to get what they need, in order to get their emotional, mental, spiritual, physical, financial needs met. They can be demanding. They can be needy, right? So these are the people that's like blowing up your phone. You can't get away from them. You can't go to the bathroom without them asking what you're doing, what you doing, who you doing. You know, like, they're just very overly aggressive with you. Okay. Their approach towards others is like me, right? And it's not we, and that's what it should be in a partnership. Okay, so preoccupied anxious, because of their own things, they're not able to, because of their own, I don't want to say own things, right? I need to describe that a little bit more. But because of their own unhealed wounds, like this, the preoccupied anxious is probably had a parent who was authoritarian, who always was like, because I said so. Like, everything had to be the parent, about the parent's needs. So now this child is learning how to get their needs met through external things and other people, right? They're overindulgent because they need to get it from outside sources. Okay, I hope y'all following. Next one, let's do fearful avoidance. One second, family. I'm gonna give y'all some descriptions. Fearful avoidant attachment styles. So this person also depends on other people. They tend to avoid intimacy due to fear of rejection. They have low self-esteem and high attachment anxiety. Okay, and so the fearful avoidant, as well as the dismissive avoidant, right? These people were typically raised by the neglectful parent. Or the parent that was permissive and saying you could get whatever you want, right? And so they had to learn how to basically be very independent at an early age and rely on themselves to meet their own emotional and mental, spiritual needs, right? And so they learned to like avoid intimacy because relationships with their parents were very like too toxic or too touchy, or they were absent parents, they learn to just be to themselves and make things work out for themselves, okay? And so they don't want to rely on other people. It hurts them to depend on other people. I had a client tell me before, like, I feel like I'm getting burned when I like burned in the fire, okay? And it's not good fire from the Lord, right? This is like, I'm being burned, okay? Like, to depend on other people, it makes me like that's how they feel, okay? And you would think like it's a good thing to trust other people and to have other people like love on you and be there for you. But no, these people, it's the total opposite. If you give them too much attention, if you give them too much love, if you give them too much of anything, they're like pushing you away, okay? Guess who these people end up being in a relationship with? The preoccupied, anxious one, okay? Because it's the push and pull theory. The more you don't want me, the more I want you. The more you want me, the more I don't want you, okay? Toxic. No. Y'all know we just talking tonight, okay? We just talking tonight. I like to ease. Okay, I already told you I was part of the clown family. Listen, baby, I like to ease y'all into these intense topics because I don't want y'all to feel no type of way if you fall into any of these categories. But basically, baby, if you are fearful avoidant, you're not going to do well with the preoccupied anxious. There's three of these that are not good, and there's only one that is positive, okay, for you to be in. So that's the fearful avoidant one. Let me see what else. The fearful avoidant one tends to have lower self-esteem as well. Again, fearful of intimacy, and they could be social, but they avoid close social. Like, you might be around them, you may think that they have a lot of friends or associates, but these people don't get to know them on a deeper level. Only a few people get to know these people on a deeper level, okay? The next one is dismissive attachment style. So this person has a higher self-esteem, strongly independent again, and they can be self-reliant, like compulsively though. Again, shutting people out, very distant in relationships, just don't know how to be closely knit with people in relationship. And they can also downplay the importance of intimate relationships. Like, I don't really need you, so what you're here for, what you're talking about, right? And so like their investment won't be 1,000% in there because it's like they're ready to go anyway. Because they don't really want to be committed in a relationship anyway, it's like they're ready to go the drop of a dime, right? And that's why God has been healing us, and he has been training us to be endurers. I know for me, he told me, you got to run a spirit, sis. Like, he ain't call me sis, but he'd be like, you got to run a spirit. Like, I will be running out the door because, listen, baby, if it was up to me, I'm telling you right now, this whole kingdom marriage stuff, this whole kingdom stuff, okay, I'd be like, Lord, why you put me on this journey? I'd be grateful, but I'd be like, listen, baby, okay, because it's like I can't trust the man because I don't really know him like that for real, right? But God is telling me to trust God, and I'm like, but God, you also telling me to trust this man at the same time with my life. And so it's kind of like it's like I don't want it, right? You be wanting to avoid it, you be wanting to dismiss it, you be wanting to run away from it. And God was like, baby, this is your promise. This is a promise that I have for you. And I'm like, Lord, but you can keep it sometimes, okay? Because if it wasn't for you, I would not still be here, okay? It's the heart and the mind of the Lord that is keeping a sister, okay? Because listen, baby, it ain't time to tell my testimony. Yes, I ain't even gonna tell y'all. But can y'all come and get y'all brother-in-law, please? Y'all need to come and get him. I'm gonna ship, as soon as he comes home, I'm gonna ship him to y'all. So I'm gonna come with him though, okay? Because again, I'm not leaving him. I'm not leaving his side, okay? There I go. Loving him, wanting him, needing him. But then, God had to work on my dismissive, okay? We can't be dismissing the king, okay? Back to this because it's not about me again. All right. So yes, dismissive. They downplay the intimacy of relationships, right? So you don't really know how these people are feeling. You might think that they really don't care about you, but they really have a ton of feelings for you. They just don't show it, like all the time. So God, again, had to work on us. And so, boom, here we have secure attachment. Okay, this is where all of us should be if we are entering into these marriages. Secure attachment is where all of us should be if we are entering into these beautiful, wonderful relationships, all right? A secure person They are comfortable. Okay, they are comfortable. They are comfortable with intimacy. These people want love. They're not afraid to speak about love. They're not afraid to speak about marriage. I know so many people be like, oh, that's desperation, or y'all this and y'all that. And it's like, no, baby, this is our portion. Okay. If we all desire love. We all desire to be connected to people, especially the person that's gonna be with you for the rest of your life, right? Like a teammate, somebody that you could build life with and do life with. You want to be in that person's presence, okay? And like, listen, baby, anytime I was in the presence with mine, okay, it was a vibe. It was a little vibe. But so yes, they desire closeness in relationships, okay? They feel secure within themselves, they feel confident within themselves, and they feel confident to construct a healthy relationship, like to build a healthy relationship, right? These people kind of communicate assertively. They're able to express their needs, their desires, right? And yeah, when you verbalize what you need, it should be an equal exchange with a secure person, okay? It should be an equal exchange. The reason why relationships fail is if we have a secure person attached to any of these other three, okay? You can't be attached to the person who's preoccupied, anxious. They thinking that you're gonna leave them. They have a lot of mistrust. Their heart have been broken. They don't trust you. They still blaming you for what the ex did to them, and you know it's just not gonna work. The fearful avoidant one, again, they don't want to be really connected. They have low self-esteem. They gonna have you trying to validate their emotions and what they're going through. It's like some work need to be done, right? The dismissive one, you can't run away. You can't dismiss your children. You can't dismiss your husband, right? And like these are the things that God was ministering to me. Like, Brittany, if you want marriage, right? If you desire marriage, and honestly, I've never desired marriage. God told me I was a wife, and then I desired it. I was not. Okay, listen, baby. Wasn't even thinking about a man, okay? Because I was living my life. Oh, okay. Whoo, with the Lord, okay? Me and the Lord was living our life. But anyway, so when he told me that I was a wife, that's when my desires and my heart had to shift to his desires. And I was like, okay, what does this mean? How do I get into position for this, right? So he started training me up. But he's like, you can't just leave your husband. You can't just leave your kids when stuff get tough, right? And so he had to train me. He had to get me up out of that dismissive personality. It's actually an attachment style, okay, but it's still my character trait. It was a character trait that I had. And so he had to move me into secure attachments over time, right? And so secure is the best attachment style to have, my loves. And so you want to, again, reflect. It is time to reflect, go through and see, like, hey, do I have high self-esteem? Do I feel comfortable with autonomy, right? Like, you should have reached on the Maslow hierarchy of needs. You should have reached the top part where it says self-actualization. Y'all can look this up on Google, okay? Self-actualization. This means like you're in your purpose. You are thriving. You know who you are. You know who you belong to, and you feel secure within yourself, okay? As a woman, as a man, as a king, as a queen, and you are able to securely connect in a relationship. There won't be no running. There won't be no ghosting. There won't be no in and out. There won't be no, okay, we're going to be 10 toes down in that thing. All right, baby? All right, my loves. So lastly, we're going to wrap up with this: attachment styles in dating. Okay, so these are just some brief descriptions on how each of these attachment styles show up in relationships. So the anxious preoccupied one constantly is worried that you're not good enough. Basically, you're going to be worried that you're not good enough for your match. Okay, if you are anxious preoccupied, you're going to be worried that you're not good enough for your match. You're going to be looking for a partner to complete you, but we know that's why the Lord is going to complete us, right? Make us whole, okay, independently. And then you might be feeling possessive over your partner's time. So you want to call them all the time. You want to text them all the time. You want to know where they're at all the time. If they don't reach back out to you within a certain amount of time, you like, what you doing? Are you cheating on me? Do you still love me? This is the person that asks, is like, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? And it's like, or if you get into an argument, they're nervous to get into an argument. They don't want any conflict in a relationship because they're afraid that you're going to leave them, right? And that's not healthy, because we know that we're humans, we're learning, we're having a spiritual walk, right, with the Lord, but we're not perfect. We're still going to make mistakes, and there needs to be room to grow, right? So we need to give each other freedom to mature in these relationships and to learn one another and to have healthy disagreements where we can talk about the likes, the dislikes, the things that we desire, and like how can we work towards that in a healthy way, okay, to achieve our desired goal as a unit together, right? Not being possessive, not being controlling, not being demanding, removing anxious, preoccupied, okay, my loves. We understand why we fall into these categories, but they're not healthy and we're going to work to get out of them, okay? All right, the next one, the fearful avoidant one. This one is looking for companionship, but also scared to commit. They can run hot and cold in relationships, and they can get very overwhelmed by feelings. So I was always the type, oh, I was so horrible in relationships. Let me tell y'all, baby. Listen, baby, my best friend, at the time, no longer, but I had her in my house while I had an ex in my house with a new person coming over to the house, okay? Now, I don't need y'all to judge me for my past, but I'm just being transparent here. I'm letting y'all know what's up, okay? Because I was afraid to commit, because I was anti, that intimate relationships, I literally told my best friend, I said, you need to act like you're with this person while this new person comes over. And my ex is so foolish. My ex was with it. My ex was like, okay, no problem. We're like, we gonna play this. It's like a whole little play, right? And so the new person comes over, they see me or whatever, we chilling on the couch in the living room, and my ex goes to get something to drink, mess up the whole thing, the whole plan, comes in the living room, and you know how somebody like just cares about you, so they like, here, you want something to drink, and they put it they put it to you like basically always trying to feed you or give you something to drink. It was like that, and I'm like, no, give that to my friend, like that's your person right now, not me, okay? And so it was so bad, my loves, like the fact that you would have two people that you're talking to in the same, inappropriate, okay? Inappropriate, but because you are avoiding something, because you don't want to commit, because you don't want to get close to that one person that you know will change your life, you just want to talk and play the field and talk to everybody. No, don't be like that, okay? Do not be like me. Be better than me, okay? That's why the Lord had to sit the queen down, okay? I had to be set down because, and then when anytime people show me too much too much love in my old relationships, because people be hooked. Well, they was hooked back then. I don't know what's happening right now, but like they be I think the Lord got a little shield around me. But yes, my loves, these people was hooked, and they was just like spill out all of their love, and too much of that at once to me, I'd be like, oh, like I'd be a little nervous. I'd be a little scared. I used to have stalkers, you guys. Like it would be really bad. Like I literally had a restraining order out on somebody because, and no, baby, I cannot talk right now. It's 11 o'clock at night, and people think it's okay to call. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Listen, okay, next. Dismissive avoidant, okay? If y'all ain't get nothing from that last little spill, just be better than me, okay? Don't be like that. Dismissive avoidant. This person has trouble getting close with others. They come across as emotionally unavailable to matches. They distance themselves when things get serious or when things get difficult, okay? So again, fearful avoidant and dismissive avoidant, they like one and the same, okay, baby? They got to get it together. They got to get it together, because you want to be in a relationship, you like this person, you love this person, but then you're emotionally unavailable at the same time. So you're playing games, you're playing mind games, you're distancing yourself when things get too hot, and it's not good for nobody, okay, my loves? And so that person has trouble getting close to other people, and you might not ever know where this person stands with you, right? Because they want to keep you in the dark, and they want to sit you on a bench, right? And it's just like, what happened? Like, we were just good yesterday. On yesterday, we were just good. So I don't know what's going on today, okay? It's because they're hot and cold. They're not ready, okay? All of these three, anxious, preoccupied, dismissive, avoidant, and fearful, avoidant, not ready. Not ready for long-term marriage, okay? Not ready for a healthy relationship, okay? Secure attachments, you're ready, baby. Secure attachments, you're ready, baby. It says these people are easy to open up to someone. Why? Because they have values, they have time, they have hobbies outside of their dating life. They look forward to building intimacy with their partners, okay? Again, This is how God has been training his queens up. When we've been going, I'm sorry, kings, I don't know what he's been doing in your life, but when we've been going through our Esther preparation, when we've been going through our deliverances and just like overcoming our enemies and all of our trauma wounds, right? Everything that was keeping us in bondage and soul ties and strongholds, and again, committed to the celibacy journey and God being your first husband, your only husband, okay, right? You being sold out to Jesus and doing what he's called you to do, being obedient to him. He has secured you, secured by God. Like literally, you're legit secured by God, okay? And so you have a purpose, you have values, you have boundaries now. You know what to take from people and what not to take from people, okay? And so you're ready. You're ready. Okay, you communicate your emotions. You're very vocal about what you need, what you desire, what you love, what you don't like, okay? And you're ready to build. You're ready to work towards something, okay? So I'm proud of you. Everybody who has made it successfully to the secure attachment phase, okay? Shout out to you. I know it's been hard. I know it's been rough, but you are ready for your next level, your next phase in life, okay, that the Lord is leading you into, which is marriage. And for those who are not there yet, don't worry about it because the Lord is still working on you, okay? I know the secure people, they had to go through a lot of pruning, a lot of purging, a lot of cleansing, okay? Despite their history, despite their upbringing, they had to go and they did the work, they put in their time, and then they finally reached their destination mentally, emotionally, spiritually, okay? But now the Lord is going to be putting in some work with you, right? He's not forsaking anybody. He's not forgetting about any of his children. He's going to make sure that we're all good to enter into our promises just the way that he desires us to, and just the way that at the perfect time, at his appointed time, right? We have to be a reflection of who he wants us to be in this earth, who he wants us to be in this relationship. And so he's going to get you there despite your history. It really doesn't matter, okay? He's wiping away everything. You're going to have a renewed mind. You're going to be made a new creature. Everything is going to be on the up and up, okay? And he's going to bless your union. He's going to bless your union inside and out, okay? So I love you, family. That is all you learned about between the two videos, part one, and this is part two. I knew these videos were going to be long, so I tried to break it up to the best of my abilities, okay? And also my laptop helped me in that because it just cut off nicely at a point. So yes, my loves, listen, baby. Watch both parts. You learned about parenting styles, dysfunctional family roles, right? How that translates into dysfunctional family roles. And then you learned about attachment styles and how these attachment styles connect in relationships, okay? So be blessed. Do not forget to be a blessing. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Keys to the Kingdom, okay? Because I love y'all and we're a royal family here. And this is the place to be always, okay? I love y'all. Visit me at infinitelyhealed.com for any counseling and healing services that I offer. Dr. G will meet you over there. And until next time, I'm sleepy, so I'm about to lay it on down, baby. Lay it on down. Oh, lay it on down. Okay, baby. Listen, baby. Shopping Power by Love at infinitelyhealed.com as well. Okay, all of the links are in my description box below. I love y'all, and I will see you there soon. We got this. We got these relationships, okay?